Many times we yearn to have power over something, over people, over an idea. What you miss out on is that you have that power through talent. Welcome to TrackMind TV. This is a spotlight show where we highlight on talents and the gifting. Today with us here is a person who has harnessed that power and is living it through playing violin. I am your host, Orina Dorothy. Hi, Valerian.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank
It's
you.
so nice to have you here.
Nice to be here. Thank
Why don't you tell us when you began playing violin?
So I started playing the violin when I was about 11, 12 years old. I've been playing for about very many years now. Yeah, on and off, on and off. So roughly about 5, 6 years constantly playing the violin.
How did you come to choose that violin is your instrument to play?
So there was a music program in my primary school, and I was playing the piano first. Then I thought about the violin, and then I just decided to start.
This
But
was
I
in
wasn't-
primary school.
Yeah, in primary school. Then when I played, like once I learned the basics and everything, then I realized that I actually like it. And coincidentally, my parents asked me to, like, they said it was fine if I started an instrument, and so they suggested the violin, and I got a violin, and it was the right choice. Yeah.
Okay. You mentioned something about your parents. Will it be right to say that you come from a musical family? Are your parents musical? Do they play instruments as well?
Yeah, I come from a musical family. My mom is very musically talented. She sings, she teaches music, she plays the piano and the guitar. Yeah, so far. Yeah.
Okay.
And my dad is very supportive of our musical journey. Yeah. So far.
And what role have they played in your journey with violin in particular?
They've played a very important role in my journey. I don't think first of all, I wouldn't have been able to start playing. I wouldn't have been able to, all the support, like playing an instrument needs a lot of moral, financial, all the kinds of support. And I've got a lot of that in my family. And the fact that my siblings also play some instruments, and the fact that we're in this together, it makes it that much easier. So I'd say that my family plays a very big role.
Do you ever just sit as a family and decide we're now playing instruments and singing? Because it just seems very nice that all of you are gifted in this, and you can just decide one night it's Christmas and we're just playing and having fun and singing.
No, not really, but we do play, for example, Christmas carols in church. We sign up as a family, maybe my sister and brothers and I, or my mom and us. Yeah, yeah. So we play as a family. Yeah.
Sounds very beautiful.
Yeah.
So what does it take to master violin, or where do you begin, and how long does it take? What process do you have to undergo to say that you have mastered violin?
I personally, I don't think you can master the violin. I think there's always something new to learn. There's always something that you do know that you have to perfect. And the fact that it's playing an instrument, like, it needs a lot of precision that you can't always have. Yeah, like one time you play and you'll be perfect, then the next time you'll miss out on some notes or be out of tune, something like that. But playing playing really well needs a lot of dedication and passion. And so dedication comes in practicing. When you're playing an instrument, you need any kind of art, I think. You need lots and lots of practice. And practice is, you have to be dedicated so that you can give your time to practicing your instrument. Yeah. So it takes that's all it takes to master the violin.
So it's a continuous learning process. So you're always growing in your violin.
Yeah.
Okay. And how would you compare violin and other instruments?
I feel like they're very each instrument is unique in its own way. So I can only talk from the instruments that I know. So in any instrument there's the basics that you need for any musical instrument. And so for some instruments like the viola and other stringed instruments, you basically have the same techniques as the ones when you're learning how to play the violin. But like for some instruments, like you need to learn how to blow, you need to learn how to um, hold your instrument in a different way. So like it depends on the instrument that you're learning how to.
Okay, but you prefer violin.
I do. I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried playing another instrument, like a blowing instrument, or you said you started with piano?
Yeah.
Do you still play piano?
Yeah, I play the piano, but not as much. I can play the piano, but I don't play the piano. I am learning how to play the flute. It's very different from the violin because first of all, it's a different holding technique, and I have to learn how to blow the right way. Like there's a way you have to blow.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's interesting. Yeah, I'm learning how to play the flute, the guitar. The distance is just for like fun. That's play. Yeah.
Okay. So tell us about your violin journey. So after primary school, what milestones have you covered with violin?
So I joined high school. I remember when I joined high school in Form 1. The first day of Form 1, my mom told everyone that I play the violin. So everyone knew that I play the violin. So yeah, I was made to play for my inter-house. There's a section for band, I guess, an instrumental piece. So I remember the first Form 1 to be in the instrumental part for my house.
That's some good publicity.
Yeah, yeah, I was known. Then I joined the school band. I was able. Oh, there was a music program in high school. It was called the music program. It was mostly alumni from my high school. They used to just giving back to society. So they came on over the weekends, and they taught the instruments that they know. So for example, if someone used to play the violin, they come back after finishing Form 4 and they help the people who are playing the violin. So I feel like I got a lot of knowledge and skills and learning from that. From being in the school band, in Form 3, I got into the committee, so that was a whole other lot of responsibility. Yeah. And then I joined the Safaricom Orchestra in Form 3 in 2016. Yeah, that was.
You were still in high school?
Yeah, I was in high school, yeah. That was. It was nice. It was a very nice feeling because like I felt like I was like, yeah, I know how to do this thing. Then I went. I remember we went for the first practice, and like the level of playing that the other children have. It was like I don't know. You just know the alphabet, and people are learning sentences. Like it felt so diminished, and I didn't know anything. But like I took that as a learning opportunity. I got to also build my skills and learn. Playing in an orchestra comes with its own set of experiences. Yeah, so you have to learn how to like. I'm playing the violin. I have to know what someone playing the trumpet is doing, and we have to coordinate. And we're on different sides of the room, so there's a lot of things happening. But like, yeah, it's you have to learn how to associate with people. You have to learn how to be organized because you have to balance school and you have to balance your practice and all of that. So it built me as a person as well, apart from just being a violin player. Yeah, and then in Form 4, I remember it was just before KCSE, if I'm not wrong. I joined the Kenya National Youth Orchestra. That was also very. It was a very big milestone for me in my violin journey. Especially because I remember I felt like I did so badly in the audition. So when I didn't think I'd enter, but the fact that I got in despite the audition like made me it affirmed the fact that I actually am talented in it, and I should give myself more, be more confident about it. Yeah. After high school, I play here and there. I joined the music program alumni group, so we're planning on, but because of quarantine and corona, we haven't been able to go back to school. But like we're planning on doing that, going back to high school and giving back to society the same way it was done to us. I play in several groups. There's the Conservatory Symphony Orchestra of Kenya and all my university school orchestras, Stratford Orchestra. So, and I teach. Yeah, I feel like there've been very many good things that have happened to me because of the pandemic. Yeah.
You've had very great milestones. Congratulations on
Thank
that.
you.
Your life seems to have a lot of that, very many aspects of music and violin, and especially giving back to society. That's a great step. You mentioned Safaricom Youth Orchestra and Kenya National Youth Orchestra. How does someone get to apply for such? If someone will be interested, how will they get to join? How do they make the applications?
It was easier for me because we were doing it under the school. So the school like was in direct contact with this guy, so we auditioned under the school. But normally, like for the Safaricom Youth Orchestra, they usually send out posters for audition dates. So all you have to do is know the day for the auditions, and then like you just show up and you audition. The same as for the Kenya National Youth Orchestra. Kenya National Youth Orchestra. You just if you're aware of I think they have websites, so you just follow them and know when auditions are happening. Or alternatively, you can just call the offices and get the information, or talk to someone who's in the orchestra, and then they let you know.
Great, great. Okay. And is there a way that violin as an instrument links to you as a person?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like a big part of who I am is music and the art of playing the violin. It's my my musical self is a big percentage of who my legend is, and so that means that the violin is a big part of who I am. Yeah.
So, what difficulties have you faced in your violin journey?
I think the biggest challenge for me personally has been dealing with like the pressure of being on the same level as other people, like not realizing, not acknowledging the fact that people are different and have different levels of growth. And so trying to be like someone else, comparing yourself to someone else who's on their own separate journey makes you, it slows you down instead of speeding you up.
Negative pressure.
Yeah. So working on myself and not being discouraged by the fact that other people are getting jobs because of their music, or getting all these opportunities, and I'm just not doing the same. Dealing with that has a disadvantage. Also a lot of, I think it's the same, but like self-doubt, like not believing that I am able to play well. Yeah, despite like facts, like joining all these orchestras is definitely a sign that you're good. But there's always self-doubt and lack of confidence.
Yeah, that's actually something that affects very many people.
Yeah.
It bars people from taking these milestones, and they just remain stagnant in that pressure, especially if people around you are seemingly better than you are, because there'll always be people who are better than you in your skill, and lack of acceptance in that can actually just be a barricade to your progress. Would you consider taking violin professionally?
Yeah, I think I would. Like it's that thing for when you're choosing a job, it's the better option is to choose a job that you love.
Yeah, true.
So, yeah, if you do something, if you're earning from something that you love doing, then you'll automatically be happier than if you need to do something that you enjoy. So yeah, definitely. I definitely the violin profession.
And there's double gain in that. You're loving it and you're still getting
Exactly.
monetary gain.
Yeah.
What does the future look like for you and violin? What plans have you made with violin?
So for now, I'm just taking it slow. I'm just practicing and trying to balance between school life and music, because if you don't get to organize yourself, if you don't balance out these things, one of them is gonna lose, and can't have that. So I'm just waiting for, okay, I'm not waiting for opportunities, I'm just doing the best that I can. Yeah, I'm just going to play and see where life takes us. Yeah.
Someone watching this is going to be inspired to play the violin. So, yeah, where would you advise them to begin from? Like, now I have the spirit, I want to play violin. Who do I approach? Where do I go?
You can, I feel like this, like as soon as you know anyone in the, violin is very common. Sorry, it's a very common instrument. So like if you know, the chances of you knowing someone who knows someone who plays the violin, the chances are very high. So if you get like this approach anyone, and they'll either be willing to teach you or they'll be willing to refer you to someone who teaches violin. Alternatively you can, I feel like it's easier playing the violin when you have musical theory knowledge. So like learning music first is, it's not a must, but it's a very necessary foundation, because in the long run you have to learn music, how to read music. So if you learn how to read music first, it's an added advantage for you.
So it will be easier playing violin once you have learned
Yeah.
theory.
Yeah.
Okay. And aside from violin, putting violin away, who is Valerian Wamucci?
Valerian is, I am a student in university. I study law in Stratford School. I am a sister. I am a daughter. I am a friend. I I am not. I love art, but I can't draw. I can't paint. So I admire anyone who is talented with the brush and the pencil and canvas. I enjoy reading. I enjoy swimming. Enjoy writing. I like adventures. Yeah, I like discovering new things and learning about people. Yeah, and new ideas. Yeah, I yeah.
Okay. I actually think that you are an artist because music is an art. So you have an art in violin. And on that note, it's almost Christmas. Out of nowhere, the year has just ended. And could you play us a Christmas carol with the violin?
Sure. Okay. So I'm going to play O Holy Night. Yeah. I will. So
Ooh, nice. You played so well, so naturally. It doesn't even seem like you're struggling. It's such a talent, especially with something with 4 strings. How many notes do you play with it?
all the notes.
How many, I think?
The 8.
8.
Yeah.
So you get to determine that with your fingers.
Yeah.
Ah, interesting. Well, that has been nice. It's
Thank
been
you.
lovely
It has
having
been.
you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. This has been Spotlight TV show. Our guest today has been Valerian Wamucci. She is a violin player, still in university, but playing in orchestras around Kenya. She is in the Kenya National Youth Orchestra, and she plays for other orchestras in Kenya. Stay tuned in, watch Trackmind Online TV. We'll be streaming every Tuesday.